Hey kids, my name is Eleanor and right now at church we're looking at the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Ecclesiastes is a book that helps us to understand, well, how do we live in a world full of sin? We can enjoy God's good gifts and we can trust in His good plan. And Ecclesiastes was kind of like a speech that was given by a teacher, and he's telling us all about how he's tried to figure out what the point of life is. So he's looked around and figured out that nothing in this world lasts. It's kind of like a bubble. It's there for a minute, but then you try to catch it and it's gone. And in this next section of Ecclesiastes, the teacher talks about how he's tried lots of different things to see what would make him happy. It was like he was a mad scientist doing experiments on life, seeing what would make him happy and what would make life really, really good. So, how about we check out some of the experiments that he did? For his first experiment, he thought, what would make me happy? I know, being happy will make me happy. If I just do whatever in life makes me the happiest, then I will be happy and life will make sense. But pretty quickly he realized that just trying to be happy all the time didn't actually make him happy at all. That experiment failed. The next experiment he tried was to try to make life like it was back in the Garden of Eden. See, right back at the beginning of everything, people lived with God in the garden and everything was good. And so the teacher thought, maybe if I make the Garden of Eden again, then I will be happy. Then life will make sense. So he planted beautiful gardens for his experiment with lots of fruit trees and streams running through it. He had lots of animals and lots of people working for him. He became richer and more famous. He got everything he wanted and did everything that made him happy. But when he looked around at his experiment, he realized that it didn't make him happy at all. None of it was going to last. So that experiment failed. So he thought, well, what can I try next to make me happy? To make life make sense. He thought, well, maybe if I'm wise and live life wisely, then I will be happy. Being wise means knowing the right thing to do and doing it, and the opposite of being wise is being foolish. And he figured out that being wise was better than being foolish, but being wise still didn't make life make sense. Listen to what he says in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, starting at verse 13. He says, I saw that being wise is certainly better than being foolish. Yet I saw that both the foolish person and the wise man end in the same way. So I said to myself, being wise is also useless. All of his experiments had failed. Being happy didn't make him happy for very long. Trying to make life like the Garden of Eden was, again, it didn't work. But even being wise and doing the right thing didn't make life make sense. They were all like bubbles. They were good for a little bit and then pop, they were gone. He thought about all his hard work to make life make sense and realized that it was all for nothing. The teacher realized that as long as he was working to try to make his life happy and make sense, that he would always fail. It would never work. But listen to what he figured out after all of these experiments in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 24. He figured out that the best a person can do is eat and drink and enjoy his work. I saw that this even is a gift from God. See, he figured out that the way to live in a world full of sin is to enjoy God's good gifts. See, God gives us lots of good things each day. Our food and drink, the schoolwork we have to do, the friends we have, the families He's put us in. They're all good gifts from God, and He wants us to enjoy them. See, the teacher couldn't make life make sense with all of his experiments because the teacher couldn't fix the real problem in our world, the problem of sin. But you see, kids, you and I, we know another, even better, wise teacher king named Jesus. And Jesus did come to fix the problem of sin when he died on the cross and rose again. And just like the teacher in Ecclesiastes realized that the best thing to do is to enjoy God's good gifts to us, the only way that we can have Jesus fix the problem of our sin is when we realize that it is also a gift that he gives to us. It's not something that we have to work hard for. It's not something that we have to have good behavior to get. It's a gift. Kids, if we work and work and work and try to fix the problem of sin ourselves, it will never, ever work. But Jesus died on the cross and rose again to fix the problem of sin for us as a gift. And he's offering it to you so that you can enjoy life forever with him. I think that's pretty amazing news. And so Kayla is going to pray for us. Thanks, Kayla.